Hey friends, today I'm starting a new series called On a Budget, and this is for all of us single parents out there who are working on a tight budget. Stick around. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining. I'm Jen, single mom, artist, and entrepreneur, and this channel is all about helping other single parents build a life that they love and doing it all by themselves. So today, I'm starting a new series called On a Budget. And because as a single parent living on one income in a world where you really are expected to have two is such a difficult task, I wanted to talk about some budget-friendly things that can help us all out. Now, I think that most of us, at least if you live here in the States, are familiar with the Dollar Tree. And I gotta tell you, it's one of my favorite stores because there are a handful of items there which I absolutely think are well worth the trip. So we're going to talk about those. The first item I want to talk about is these plastic serving dishes, and they come in different sizes and different styles at Dollar Tree. Of course, it's only $1.25. It used to be $1, but inflation, Dollar Tree is now $1.25 tree. Anyway, it is what it is, but these come in lots of different sizes and shapes, and they're really great for parties at home. They're also good for school functions, and also if you happen to have a small business where you set up a tablescape at events of any kind, these little trays can come in handy for that too. They can be great little display pieces to add into your display, either to hold product or to hold product or use as levels or things of that nature. So pretty versatile thing, really inexpensive. If it breaks, no big deal. Great for taking to parties because again, it's disposable, so you don't have to worry about getting it back. Saves you from losing your nice dishware, which is always a really good thing. The second item I always pick up when I'm at Dollar Tree is this white tissue paper. Now, I know it's just tissue paper, but tissue paper is expensive. When you go buy it at Target or Walmart, it's a couple of bucks for like 10 or 12 pieces of it. Tissue paper is surprisingly expensive. And even though gift bags are not pictured here, gift bags are in the same vein. They're really expensive when you buy them elsewhere. And if you're using it for a gift, I mean, a kid is gonna pull the item out and crumple it up into a ball. Why would you spend $3 or $4 on a bag that you can get for $1 at the Dollar Tree? I'm sorry, for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. This tissue paper is also versatile because aside from just gift wrapping, it's also great to use in packaging. If you have a small business, I use it in my packaging of my stained glass and Kimberly's journals when we sell those on our Etsy store or on our website. So I use it to wrap my items before they go into the shipping packages, which is nice for presentation. So tissue paper, super simple, super cheap, super versatile. These foam brushes that you can find in the hardware section, if there is a hardware section at Dollar Tree, these are great because they are disposable. How often do you need to paint something teeny tiny or do a little touch up? Or in my case, a lot of times when I make stands for my stained glass, I will use a stain or an oil-based paint on those. Their oil-based paint is really difficult to get out of nice brushes. So I find that if I just have these little disposable foam brushes on hand, they're great for a lot of things. And then I don't have to waste a lot of time on cleanup, and I don't have to feel guilty about tossing them if they. You can also find the little foam brushes at Dollar Tree in the craft section, but you get fewer of them in that package. So I always buy the ones in the hardware section because I think it's 8 or 10 of them in a package instead of like 4 or 5. Next up is cleaning supplies, and specifically like these little boxes of Brillo pads. These are the little mini Brillo pads, and I don't know about you, but I find that's all I really need because if I'm getting out a scrubby, I'm probably only scrubbing 1 or 2 pots. And by the time I go to use it again, it's already rusted. So why would I want those big full-size ones when I can use these little mini ones and they work just as well? And for $1, you get a whole box of them, and they last forever. Definitely worth the cost. They're way more expensive if you buy them anywhere else. Same with a lot of other cleaning products. Now, you're going to get smaller packaging of a lot of cleaning products, so a lot of things are probably, you've got to weigh it out whether it makes more sense to buy it at the Dollar Tree or to pick it up at Walmart or Target or somewhere like that. But there are certain products that Dollar Tree carries that definitely are worth getting there instead for that $1 price tag. Buckets are definitely on that list. Plastic buckets. Why would you pay more than $1 for them? They all break eventually. Next up, believe it or not, is rubbing alcohol. These containers of rubbing alcohol are $2 to $3 at the grocery store or the drugstore instead of just $1 here. Sorry, $1.25 here. And maybe that's not a big deal, but if you use a lot of rubbing alcohol, then definitely pick it up at the Dollar Tree. I use it specifically when I'm working on stained glass. I use it to clean the flux off of my products before I polish. They make flux remover, but it's expensive, and frankly, rubbing alcohol works just as well. So that's what I tend to use. I put it in a spray bottle, spray it on my glass, scrub it really good with a towel. Flux comes right off, it cleans it right up, cleans up my solder before I put a good finishing polish on it. So if you use rubbing alcohol for any kind of cleaning purposes at all, don't pay more than $1 for it. Get it at the Dollar Tree. Plastic food storage containers. Usually you can get 2 in a package for the $1.25. Sometimes you can get more. I do not spend money on really nice food storage containers right now. Someday I will, but right now I have 2 teenagers in the house. They take my containers to school, they lose them, they leave them there. They take them to their bedrooms with food in them, and they get stuffed under a bed for 6 months to let God knows what grow in it. They get gross, they get dirty, they get lost. I don't see any reason to buy really nice food storage containers that are just going to get beat up and lost and used for unwitting science projects. The Dollar Tree lets me have some no guilt food storage options, and if the kids lose them, it's not that big of a deal. If they grow some obnoxious amount of mold in them and the last thing I want to do is open that thing up to clean it, I can toss it with no guilt either. So definitely, absolutely worth a trip. Baskets and containers for organization. Now, I live and die by this section at Dollar Tree because it's a really great way to organize pantries and bathroom closets and kids' closets, you name it. They come in all different sizes and varieties, all different colors and varieties. Anytime I stop in, I kind of at least take a browse by, and if there's a common size of container that I know I'm going to use, that I use with regularity, I go ahead and pick a couple up. I'd rather have a few laying around to be available than have to go out and hunt some down every time I need some. The more organized you are, the more money you save in the long run, because you don't spend your time or your money buying products you already have because you can't find them. Organization is a big piece of budgeting and a big piece of importance, especially as a single parent. The more organized you are, the less money you're going to spend in the long run, because you're not going to be constantly replacing items you already own but can't find. And the last thing that I absolutely love about Dollar Tree is these disposable cooking pans and baking pans. These are phenomenal for freezer cooking, for food prep, for make-ahead food preparation. They're great for taking food to someone else's house because you don't have to worry about it if you forget it. It's no big deal. You didn't lose anything of any importance. They're great for kitchens. They're great for so many things. But again, the thing I love them most for is freezer cooking. For instance, if I'm going to make a lasagna, it takes just as long to make one lasagna as it takes to make 2 lasagnas. So every time I make a lasagna, I double my ingredients and I make 2. And I make the second one in one of these foil trays so that I can stick it in my freezer. And on a week that we're busy and I don't have time to cook, I pull that bad boy out, put it in my oven at 450 for an hour, and we're going to have dinner with no muss, no fuss, and it's homemade dinner because I already made it a couple of weeks prior. These pans are great for that purpose. So I want to know, what is your must-have item at the Dollar Tree? Tell me in the comments below. What is it that you always get when you are there because you use it at home on a regular basis? Yeah, that'd be great. Otherwise, that's all I have for today. I hope you like this content. As always, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.